Today, I'm going to show you the top 10 best Jason Statham fight scenes ever. Before the video begins, please give it a like, and if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. Now, let's begin. Number 10. Rogue vs. Crawford. War 2007. The world saw the first double-header of Jet Li and Jason Statham in 2001's The One, with the two at once portraying allies and adversaries. In a curious and spoiler-heavy way, that would be the case for them once again with 2007's War, with Statham having risen tremendously as an action star in the interim. 9. The Baby Rescue. The Fate of the Furious 2017.
Go for a ride.
The Fate of the Furious marked the point where Deckard Shaw would transition from villain to anti-hero and did so pretty much overnight. However, his chemistry with Hobbs and their eponymous spin-off speaks for itself.
Where's that smile? There it is.
And no series has ever managed to jump the shark and actually be praised for doing so like the Fast and Furious movies have. 8. The Prison Riot Escape. The Fate of the Furious.
A 4-story window.
Jumped. I jumped out of a 4-story window saving my partner's life. Because where I'm from, we don't settle fights by throwing bombs.
Well, that's funny because where I'm from, we don't need women to run to our rescue.
Hobbs and Shaw first met in their thunderous office fight in Furious 7, and we'll be getting to that in good time. However, the dawn of their buddy movie partnership really began with the two in adjacent cells in The Fate of the Furious.
In the back, in the cut like that.
The banter between the two is hilarious enough on its own, with their ongoing debate over who won their previous battle and who would triumph in a rematch. However, the movie stops just short of treating us to said rematch when Hobbs and Shaw find themselves in the middle of a prison riot. Being pulled back from trading fisticuffs just as they're ready to rumble once more. Number 7. The Hallway Fight, The Transporter 2002. As mentioned in the intro, Jason Statham first popped on the action movie radar alongside Jet Li in 2001's The One. But it was with 2002's The Transporter that he really began to make his mark. And while he had put down a few cops earlier in the movie, this was the point where he truly demonstrated his capacity to kick butt. Number 6. The Tunnel Fight. The Expendables 2010. The idea of an action hero Hall of Fame like The Expendables would have seemed like wishful thinking in the 80s or 90s, but Sylvester Stallone was just the man to make it happen. True, Arnold Schwarzenegger dropped in for only a brief cameo, but such were the circumstances of a then politician. It also brought Jason Statham and Jet Li together for the third time following their previous team-ups in The One and War. And team-up is certainly the operative word for the climax of The Expendables. Number 5. Lee Christmas vs. Hector. The Expendables 2, 2012.
Get out of here!
The ensemble of action movie all-stars that is The Expendables kicked things up to an 11 with its 2012 sequel, The Expendables 2. Jean-Claude Van Damme may have been AWOL the first go-around, but he's on deck for Part 2 as the sinister arms dealer, aptly named Jean Villain. Number 4, The Garage Fight, Transporter 2, 2005. Like the best sequels to action movie sleeper hits, 2005's Transporter 2 cranked up the volume and took the gloves off to deliver a greater helping of what made its predecessor popular. Number 3, Hobbs vs. Shaw, Furious 7, 2015.
You are a terrible liar.
They may fight side by side today, but Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw began as enemies back in 2015's Furious 7. The subsequent installments of the Fast and Furious series have completely reinvented Shaw into an anti-hero tangentially connected to Dominic Toretto's family, but he was out to eliminate them all in Furious 7. Shaw's vendetta would begin with his thunderous smackdown with Hobbs that put both through the ringer and concludes with a definitive winner. That, of course, would just lay the foundation for their antagonistic buddy movie banter and ongoing debate over, yep, you guessed it, who won the fight in The Fate of the Furious, and Hobbs and Shaw. Number 2, Hobbs and Shaw vs. Brixton Lore, Hobbs and Shaw, 2019. As stated above, viewers couldn't have foreseen that the two characters going head-to-head in the opening of Furious 7 would later become a buddy movie duo teaming up to save the world. But here we are with Hobbs and Shaw. Number 1, the bus station battle, The Transporter. In breaking his inviolable rule of never opening the package, underworld transporter Frank Martin stumbles onto a human trafficking ring passing through France. With the entire last third of the movie devoted to him battling every last henchman involved with it. Thank you for watching, and please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable post alerts to view more of our future videos. After saying that, keep watching our videos, and I'll speak with you in the next one.